Virgo, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, this is going to be your March to April reading. I'm going to be going into your energies, what to expect, the opportunities coming up for you, what to look out for between March to April. This is Aries season. I'm telling you, happy new year, because we're just finna step into the new 2025 energetic year. Okay, so there's something, Virgo. As I start here and prepared for your reading, I've just been in this throwing and dancing movement type of I've started this reading like 3 times. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it. It feels like your energy is like I'm picking up a lot of hyper activity from you guys. Anyways, this is your March to April energy reading. Okay, now first things I was coming, if you're coming from shorts or reels, welcome. This is your extended reading. Okay, Virgo. Now I've gotten a lot for you from spirit, so I'm going to start pouring it down. So the first thing was, if you're coming from short reels, I already mentioned, you guys, there's something about you needing to change your toothbrush and brush more frequently. I'm also being guided to remind you of the gut-brain connection. They also gave 2 songs, then a third one, which I think I've lost because I was talking. Okay, yes, I've gotten it. Okay, so where should we start from? Okay, let's start from... Okay, so right now, Virgos, you guys, there's a lot of business around you. You're very busy, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to get done, a lot of people to shut up, literally. Like, right now, you guys in your field, you're at the top of your field. You've been validated as the top of your field, as the expert, as the boss, as the one who knows everything, as the one who is at the tip top, as the one who is at the frontier of expansion of your field, of your industry, of your genre, of your niche. This is making you feel like you have to be on a hamster wheel, because now you're like, okay, I need to really show these people what I'm about. It's not really like you're trying to prove something. It's more about you're trying to prove your status, your standing, your authority. So by cause of that, you are finding yourself doing a lot of things. I'm also picking up this hyperactive vibe from you guys, so you might be giving off a lot of nervous tension. I'm also hearing like you've not been eating properly. So this March to April, try to eat healthy snacks. They're bringing me back to the gut. Okay, so try to eat healthy snacks. Try to eat your full, nutritious, healthy meals. Okay, don't try to get so carried away with work that you forget to eat. Now I'm being brought back to the gut. You know, Virgo, you rule the gut. That's the stomach, the intestines, basically the gastrointestinal system. Now the thing about it, displaying the pancreas, but really pancreas, gastrointestinal system, the stomach, the intestines, small intestines, large intestines, duodenum, descending, ascending colon, rectum, but not anus. Rectum and anus is ruled by Scorpio. So you guys, you need to understand that your gut is a very rich microbiome of organisms. You need to feed your gut. What you feed your gut is what influences your brain, because that's absorbed into the bloodstream. That is what supplies nutrients to your cells. If you don't feed your gut with the right nutrients, then your brain is not going to be able to power you through all these different activities that are lined up for you that you're executing. Do you get that? Then you guys at this time also, you might be playing a lot more video games, but not, it feels like you're using the video games to kind of like crash out. When your energy has come low, then you're like, okay, let me rest up. So you play some video games. I say like playing some video games, even if it's not something you do normally, but this time around you just found yourself like reaching out, trying to play a game, just kind of like wind down. Again, they're telling me to tell you about the toothbrush, changing your toothbrush, brushing your teeth more frequently. Also remembering that the mouth is actually the first part of the gastrointestinal system, because it connects to your throat, which connects to your esophagus, which goes down into your stomach. So it's from your mouth. Digestion actually already starts from your mouth, with the breaking down of carbohydrate by amylase. What am I teaching you about? Anyways. Oh, if you don't know, I'm actually a doctor, so that's I'm like, why am I treating you and telling you about the GI system? Okay, so back on track to your channeled messages. Okay, so I've delivered that. Now the songs. Okay, so 3 songs came through. The first one was Running like Mario Kart, running like Mario Kart, running like Mario Kart. There's also something about you guys. You might be shopping for jewelry, buying more jewelry, or looking at jewelry or pricing jewelry at this time, okay? 155 on the Kuban, running like Mario Kart. I'm gonna go like God's glory is upon you, literally, like your star shining. You guys, there's something about you being acknowledged right now in your industry, in your field, as everybody is now without a doubt saying that you're the best to ever do it. So that's what's also making you feel like you need to do a lot more to solidify your position, to solidify your status, to like show this fuckers that nobody can do it like you do. Okay, then the second one is when we ride, and I was like, Spirit, is this for females or male? Spirit was like, all of them, all Virgos. When we ride, it's till the day we die. I remember when you used to say, when we ride, it's till the day we die. Okay, so there's something about vow renewals coming up, but there's also something about recommitting to established relationships, kind of like relationships that have, I'm hearing centuries, like your relationships are so old. For some of you, these are relationships from past lifetimes that have been so solidified. You've carried over these relationships for centuries. And now there's something about reunification, renewal of vows, just recommitting yourself to those established relationships. Then the third song was, this is how we do. You guys might be listening to rap a lot of time because I just find myself throwing my hands at just DJing and stuff. This is how we do. So you guys are literally just institutionalizing your knowledge. You're institutionalizing your know-how. You're institutionalizing what you know. You're putting everything you know. You're creating SOPs, manuals from it. Standard of procedure, standard operating procedure, manuals. This is how we do it. Like you're leaving your indelible, unerasable stamp on your industry, on your niche, on your genre, in your field. Like they're always going to say, oh, that person was the person who first of all did it this way. So, you know, Virgos, you like being tip-top. So, yeah, really showing them, like, this is how the bosses do. This is how the bosses move. This is how the people at the top, this is how we roll. And that's also making you feel like you have to put yourself on a hamster or putting a lot of pressure on yourself to like, okay, now I cannot disappoint. I cannot fuck up. I cannot take a break. I cannot hands off now. I cannot. This is how we do. This is how we do. Alright. There's also something coming through around scarcity mindset. You might be needing to work on your scarcity mindset a lot more, so that you don't feel like you are running out, when in fact you have a lot. You have a lot of abundance, a lot of riches, a lot of success. So work on your scarcity mindset so that it stops impeding you from growth, so that it stops limiting your growth, so that it stops limiting your expansion, because the time you use and the energy and the effort and the emotions you dedicate towards like walking through moments and feelings of scarcity, they are the ones you can actually dedicate into something else. You guys may also be feeling like late night snacking, and because you're not eating properly through the day, you're now eating late at night and you're snacking on unhealthy food. I'm saying like maybe running to roadside, street corner, street store just to buy junks that are not healthy, like crisps, like potato chips, packaged potato chips and all of those. So try to eat properly. If you can't, stop, because you know you're also ruled by Mercury, so it feels like there's a lot of nervousness you're feeling at this time. And Mercury is also retrograde, so you know your ruler is retrograde, so you have to take care of all those anxiety and nerves. So stock up on nuts are healthier snacks, and they will also fuel your brain, they'll fuel your metabolism, and they'll give you a lot more nutrients than reaching for like junk food. That's the word, junk food. Alright, Virgo, I'm going into reading. and defeat this scarcity mindset. Walk through your limiting beliefs, walk through your scarcity beliefs, walk through the beliefs that make you feel like it won't work out, like things won't be successful. Because now you already have proof to yourself. What other proof do you need? What other proof do you need to show them you're the best? The way I've just been throwing up my hands for you, I'm like, okay, so Virgos, I'm going to go into your messages, your card messages. We'll see what comes from the cards. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description. And if you want to subscribe, you can hit subscribe now. And if you have not subscribed, okay, whenever you want to subscribe, do subscribe. Oh, okay, I need to stop this. Spirit, what's here for Virgo? Is there anything else you want Virgo to know this time? Thank you. Okay, so you've got shooting your sword, figuring out who the enemy is, realizing that, okay, maybe you've been fighting the wrong enemy, realizing that maybe you've been fighting the wrong rivals or oppositions, you've been fighting the wrong person. And then you've also got Butun Look, okay, and this is pulling me to the fact that now you're the one who is, they are telling me to tell you of the story of the emperor who was naked and he didn't know he was naked, but now you're the emperor, you've realized you were naked, so you're covering your lapses, you're covering your nudity, you're covering your fuck-ups, you're covering your nakedness, you're just covering yourself up. You're fixing things. There's also this energy of fixing I'm hearing, especially like in your relationships. You're fixing what didn't work. You're fixing the ways. And these fuck-ups, these messes, they were mostly like in your relationship. So you guys are setting about to fix that in ways like in before. Maybe you made an ass out of yourself. So you guys are kind of like, recommitting to your relationship. So you're kind of like trying to make amends. That's what you're trying to make amends in your relationships. You're trying to make amends. You're shooting your sword. You've stopped fighting. Now it's just about, okay, how can you work on peace? How can you bring in more peace into this relationship? Instead of fighting, how can you bring in more peace into this relationship? How can you mend the relationship moving forward? How can you repair the rift? How can you mend the relationship moving forward? How can you repair the rift? This Aries season, this March to April, finds you really in that position of, yes, you're showing yourself. Yes, you're showing your courage, but now you're demonstrating your courage through acts of kindness. Now, this is not about brutal, like, I'm hearing brutalism. For some of you, you may also be grinding your teeth when you sleep, because Spirit was saying brucism. You might be grinding your teeth when you sleep, and that's a sign of stress, that you're really stressed. Spirit, what was I saying? Where was I? Okay, so not trying to just rush through like this giant that is just brushing off and making all the china pieces, porcelain pieces fall on the floor. No. Now you're doing things with more delicacy, with more grace. Yes, you're at the top, but now it's like when you know the power you have. So there's something about power. Power brings kindness, or power makes you more gentle. You're like, you now know the power you have, you understand the power you have. So this is making you more relatable. This is making you more gentle. Yes, you still want to like F up anybody who tries to, but now you're not doing it from just a brute, a show of strength. This is no longer brute force. You're applying some elegance to your process. You're applying some grace to your process. It's almost like you're like, okay, this is me. What can I do for you? Instead of, oh, what can I do for you? Do you understand? So your attitude has been tweaked to become more refined, to become more graceful, to become more, just in a more inviting package. You're no more attacking things like, ooh, we gotta. Now you're like, okay, I know I can do it, so there's no need for me to make too much noise. I don't have to shout about it, I don't have to make too much noise. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead to do it. Okay, but you are repairing the rifts in your relationships this March to April. March to April find you repairing the rifts in your relationship, saying, okay, I'm sorry, I was blind, I didn't see, I was careless, I didn't know, I was not making excuses, accepting your fuck ups and saying, okay, what can I do to move forward? How can I amend this? How can I repair this? How can I mend this? How can we move forward from here? Okay, and so you've got right, ceremony, mastery, ceremony, mystery, and magic. Okay, for some of you at this time, you're also being more mystical, more mysterious. I'm hearing like for some of you, you never used to like book readings or get readings done, but now you're very much open to like spiritual mysticism, getting readings, getting your fortune told, like consulting astrology charts before you make your decisions, consulting like looking at astrological chart, like is this favorable before you make your decision. So there's just something about you inviting more of the mysticism and spirituality into your daily life. For some of you, this is like a renewal of like your spiritual procedures, your spiritual practices. So previously you weren't praying so much, but now you pray when you wake up, you meditate, you journal, you're just very much present with presence. Ooh, sweet. You're very much present with presence. You're very much present with the universe. So that's also what's making you more graceful and refined, because previously where you would have spoken harshly to someone or criticized someone or just said something without thinking of the consequences of the action, of the consequences of the energy you're putting out. Now you be more conscious of it. You'll be more conscious of what you say, how you say it, how you show up, where you show up, what you do, how you do it. You're very much conscious, especially like the things you say. There's something about your throat chakra becoming like cleansed, not just unblocked, it's like cleansed. It's been cleansed of like yucky, stagnant energy. So you really become watchful of what you say, where you say it, who you say it to, when you say it. Your spirituality has also kind of like gotten back to the forefront. Your spiritual nature is like one of your main focal areas right now. Okay, but I'm also seeing like you guys are just becoming a lot more spiritual, a lot more mystical. You're also seeing a lot more angel numbers, a lot of synchronicities, and instead of you previously maybe you'd have brushed it off, now you're like more cognizant of it, you're recognizing it more, you're more aware of it. So when you sit here, you stop and be like, okay, what does that mean? Then you tune in. So yeah, I'm very much more connected to your intuition at this time. Running like Mario Kart, running like Mario Kart. Your throat chakra is also being cleansed. I'm also hearing for some of you, this is still happening from March to April. It's continued to happen. It started happening around beginning of March, mid-February, which was like Pisces season, which is your sister sign. Your throat chakra started getting cleared up in Pisces season, which was like mid-February to March-ish. Now it's still in that process of just clearing it out, understanding that the words you say is very much powerful. The words you say have a very powerful effect upon your life. The words you say and the words you don't say. Thank you. Okay, so you've got the well of wishes, you guys, the well of hope. So this period, you're really just realizing, you're also realizing the power of your presence, you're realizing the power of your actions, you're realizing the power of your intentions. You're also being a lot more prayerful, and this is kind of like is leading you towards the well of wishes, where you're able to, because you're now able to approach presence, you're able to approach the present moment, you're able to approach the universe, you're able to approach God, you're able to approach your spiritual self, you're able to approach your higher self from a more concentrous and a more conscious place. And this is what is leading you to the well of wishes, to the well of hope, where you can cast in your desires and expect that it's going to come into your reality. So it's like you guys are being more conscientious, you're being more conscious of who you are and what you're capable of and your spiritual nature. And this is making you kind of like, before, okay, so I'm being told like before you could not have located the path to the well of wishes, but you now, you're able to set off on the path, and you're like aligned, and you're in alignment to the world of wishes. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of synchronicities. So is there anything else in this card for Virgo? Thank you. So there's communication here. There's communication you need to make, communication you need to send out, communication you need to receive. You guys are also changing, you're transmuting, you're changing, you're no more afraid of hard work. You're allowing yourself to you're no more running from hard work. You're no more running from the hard things. You're confronting any obstacles. You're seeing it for what it is. So instead of you seeing it as an hurdle that cannot be crossed, you're like, oh, I can jump over this. I just need to prepare accordingly. I just need to map out my trajectory. I just need to make a plan and then follow through. But I'm no longer running away from this. I can fix this now. I know I can fix it, because I know I can fix it, because I've gone through it. I'm no more discouraged. Okay, you guys are also going to be seeing things at this time. I'm hearing like you're shedding your skin, you're allowing yourself to transform. You might also be having back pain at this time. Your kundalini energies are rising, is rising up. It's been waiting dormant, lying dormant, because yes, you've been busy, yes, you've been doing things, yes, you've been having success, but this were not in alignment with your higher self. Now you guys are moving more with your spiritual nature. You're allowing your spiritual nature to decide your physical nature, to make your physical decisions. You're allowing your spiritual to influence your physical, instead of letting your physical, your ego, be the one that makes the decision. Okay, you guys may also have been getting advice recently from someone who is mystical, who is spiritual, who is tapped into intuition, who is tapped in with source. Okay, and then there's also something coming through about now realizing whose advice you can take, whose advice you can lean on, whose advice actually makes sense for you. Then lastly, there's communication you need to make. As I said, your throat chakra has been getting cleared up. So there are people you need to talk to. There are letters you need to send, text messages you need to send. There are just people you need to talk to, people you need to communicate with. Let's see if there's anything tarot deck. You guys will also be seeing 7/7s, Virgos. You'll also be seeing 7/7s between March to April. But your throat chakra is opening up, and that's also helping you kind of like have these communications you need to have, especially like around your relationships, but also with other people. You're now able to approach situations from a more elevated, a more grounded, elevated and grounded at the same time. From a more elevated and a more grounded place. Okay? From a more elevated and grounded place. So as above, so below. You're allowing your intuition, you're allowing your higher self pass through and connect to your roots. It's even influencing what you're creating, because now your kundalini is rising, your energetic pathway is clear. Okay, so energies can easily flow, direction, guidance can easily flow from your crown chakra through your higher self. It can easily come in, you receive it, you're able to speak it into being, you're able to take action on it, lead from a heart space, work on it, become the person who manifests it, then work on it. So also from down is going up, and then you're becoming more secure in yourself, because you're now more sure of who you are. You're now surer of who you are. You now have like a surefire connection to your intuition. You're able to trust yourself. You're able to trust in your decisions. You're able to trust your convictions. You're able to trust yourself. Bottom of the deck, you got Magician. So, Magician, what are you alchemizing? What are you transforming? Virgo. I don't know why did I pull this deck. Spirit, please clarify. What are these obstructions and mountains and challenges and hurdles they feel like they need to face? Thank you. Alright, so you have guidance for this. Okay, so these are life lessons. What is this? I don't know what that is. Okay, so these challenges, these hurdles, these obstacles, they are not there to stop you. They're actually just life lessons for you to grow from. And as you overcome these hurdles, these obstacles, these challenges, it's like you get rewarded with something. You get rewarded with something. You get rewarded with something. So your focus is not necessarily the rewards. It's more around you going through it and using that lesson, like you going through that experience, and that experience like rewarding you in itself, not even just the end output or the end outcome or the final conclusion. You going through the experience itself. So it's like you're traveling by road trips, even air trips, any trip you're taking is not just about the destination. It's actually that process of travel. What will you see? Who will you interact with? How will your trip go? Are you going to sleep? Are you going to take pictures? Are you going to read? Are you going to see other people? Will other passengers be annoying? That travel alone. For some of you, I'm also saying like you guys might be taking a trip soon. I'm seeing like someone sitting in the airplane and looking out the windows at the clouds and kind of like looking down on the ground and saying, oh, I'm about to land soon. Okay, so these obstacles, these challenges, they're just here to guide you. They're just here to provide enlightenment for you. They're just here to provide spiritual guidance for you. They're just life lessons for you to harvest wisdom from, for you to harvest understanding from. Without these life lessons, your life will be boring. Without these hurdles, your life will be boring. Without these challenges, without these obstacles, you will not have any triumphs. Where will be the joy? Where will be the celebration? Where will be the remarkable memory you talk about your great-grandchildren when you're 90s? There will be no story. If your road was just flat out, no detours, no potholes, no trees across the path, that would be so boring. So freaking as boring. Okay, so these challenges, they are here to provide enlightenment for you. They are here to guide you on your journey of life, in the journey of your soul mission. They are part of your soul development goals, your SDGs. Not sustainable development goals, soul development goals. And still sustainable, because without these goals, you'll not be able to complete your life mission, with your soul mission for this lifetime. Oh wow. I feel like I was just talking. Well, you guys will be saying 777s. Alright, spirit. Alright, is there any message? Thank you. Didn't I say you were rising? Rise, Phoenix, rise. Again, sevens. You'll be seeing a lot of sevens as well as fives, but a lot of sevens more than 5. Okay, so can you see rise? You guys, you are rising. You're in the space of ascent. Again, I'm just seeing a levitating. Rise, levitate. Okay, now you know where you are. So the next is for you to experience the next level. Next is for you to experience what's next, what's out there, because now you know these challenges are for you. These growths, these obstacles, these hurdles you need to cross. They're just delivering like beautiful. It's like your life would be so boring without these things, I swear. Like if you didn't have to learn, if you didn't have to go through something, there's no failure. The failure is just, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay, now I know. But even the failure is not a failure, because whatever you've learned from, and you know in life, nothing happens for nothing, right? Even the things you feel you failed at, they've only supplied you with wisdom that you're going to apply to other things. Do you get? Alright, let's round up your reading. Spirit animal messengers, who wants to work with you guys are also going to be seeing whales. I'm hearing sperm whales. I think there's going to be some hanky-panky. I was about to say nighttime play. Spirit was like, no nighttime. It feels like you guys are going to be getting under the sheets with your partner. Maybe not even under the sheets, even on kitchen counters. Virgo. I thought I saw a cat fly out now. Did I tell you dolphins? I think I mentioned only whales. I had dolphin, whales, and there you got dolphin. Hey, you guys are going to be naughty, getting naughty and busy this March to April, Virgo. Alright, Virgo, so you got dolphin, Atlantis. Healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen, okay? Healing wisdom is coming to the surface. Stop and listen. You stopping to watch this video is not random. It's because your spirit guides brought you here, because there's a message in here for you. If you like to book a personal reading, the link is on my bio, and the link is also in description. Again, I'm being brought to this mysticism ceremonial. You guys, some of you need to kind of like go through an initiation ceremony of recommitting to yourself. This is not initiation to a cult or to a community. This is more like an initiation back to self, coming back to self. Okay, you got rise. Again, you got healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. All right, beautiful Virgos. Is there anything else for Virgo? My eyes keep feeling pulled to this mudra deck. Actually, these three. Which archetypes can they plan to? Are they working toward? Are they working towards at the end of Aries season, which is like mid-April, third week in April? You got two cards. You got the one and you got gnosis. Okay, so by the end of April you can find yourself, okay, so I'm hearing this thing on two levels. You can find yourself becoming the one with your higher self, and then there's also something about you coming into union with your partner. Even for married ones, it's like, as I said, you guys are going to be renewing your vows and coming back into oneness. But on a personal level, first of all, you're coming back into oneness with your higher self. Okay, so you got the one. Oh, and your light is, it's like you've gathered everything about you. You've just brought it back into yourself. If you've not seen if you've not seen the full moon and lunar eclipse in Virgo messages I channeled, confirmatory book. If you not see the full moon and lunar eclipse messages in Virgo I channeled for your sign, check the description box, is linked there. Go read it up. I'm being directed to direct you there. Okay, go read it up. There's a message in there for you. But you guys are becoming the one by the end of April, and you're also identifying the one you cherish all your life, the one you spend all your life with, the one who you've spent eternity with, so many lives. So it feels like just a recommitment. Then you got gnosis. This gnosis, I'm being told, like creation. End of April finds you in a creative place, in a creative process. But if you are not planning to become a parent soon or becoming another parent, be careful and use contraceptives, because you guys are going to be in creative space, or you may be creating babies. But you've come full cycle. End of Aries season, which is mid-April, finds you coming full cycle and then levitating, elevating and flying high, saying, okay, you've completed this learning journey, you've triumphed over what was in the way that was scary before, and you're going to emerge victorious, being in oneness, in being in, is it unison, just being together with your higher self. Okay, Virgo, let's finish this. Alright, what's the final message for my sweet Virgos? Thank you, Spirit. You've got three mudras. First of all, you've got the inner home, secure within yourself. Then you got drive, get going. And then you also got balance, well poised. If you have Cancer placements, watch that as well. Okay, so the inner home, secure within oneself. This mudra helps to overcome sleeping difficulties as well as pelvic tension. You can support its effect by breathing out deeply and slowly several times, okay? This mudra's patron is Shakti, the goddess of life, vitality, primal energy. Think of her as a mother or a companion who leads us through life and provides comfort in times of loneliness when we feel isolated. From a mental image of the great primal mother, form a mental image of the great primal mother and then ask her for what you need. Even the darkest night gives way to a new dawn when the sun rises and brings new hope, new good, new joy. I have confidence in the mother goddess who gives me a company and warming comfort. I told you be saying fives already, right? Okay. Then you got drive. So make those mudras with your fingers while I read them. You've got drive, get going. The power mudra. This mudra is a great tonic to help you get out of bed in the morning and or as a pick-me-up during the day. First of all, open the window and drink a glass of water. Rub your hands vigorously and then clap them loud. Now interlock the fingers of both hands with each other and turn them so that the palms are facing outward. Stretch your arms forwards, downwards, and upwards in time to the rhythm of your breathing. Repeat several times. After this, place your interlocked hands on the back of your head. This lightens the mood. Or you can also place the back of your hands in contact with your forehead for a few seconds if you are looking for extra burst of energy and for drive to push you forward. Look up and breathe in deeply several times and repeat to yourself, I am bursting with energy. I feel like doing this mudra right now because right now I'm like, woo. Your reading has taken some of my energy. And lastly, you got balance, well poised. Okay, so this is mudra with your thumb to your ring finger and your other fingers extended. Balance, well poised. This is the earth mudra. It sharpens one's sense of smell and is good for the liver, for the nails, for skin, for hair, and for bones. On a mental and spiritual level, it helps one to find equanimity and cope with changing moods. Your frame of mind determines your quality of life. You have considerable control over this through your thoughts. It is up to you to decide where to put the emphasis, to decide what is important and what is genuine, what does you good and what gives you fulfillment. Easier said than done, but it's well worth trying. Imagine that you're sitting in your boat and rowing slowly and steadily towards your dream island. I'm being told to show you again the wishing well. Okay, so imagine you're making your way towards your dream island where you can find that all that your heart desires come true. So repeat this affirmation to yourself when you make this mudra. My life is a gift. I respect and value this gift, and I make the best of it. Okay. Virgo, that was such a beautiful reading. I love it for you. Let me know how this reading resonated with you in the comments. Okay, I'd love to hear back from you. Let me know. Okay. Let me know. Are you going to be doing the mudra every morning when you wake up? Are you going to be repeating the affirmations to yourself? Let me know. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the link is in the description. And it's bees, www.beesbotanica.com. Okay, Virgo, I'm out of here. I love you so much.